In today's show, the Bitcoin bull market distribution has begun. I'll be sharing with you the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. And as Plan B shares here, $98,000 November and $135,000 December prediction still in play. And as we all know, the VanEck spot Bitcoin ETF got denied by the SEC. However, their Bitcoin futures ETF is officially set to launch on the CBOE tomorrow. Also in today's show, macro guru Raoul Pal predicts total value of the crypto markets will surge 100x amid lightning speed adoption. Quoting him here, right now it's a $2.5 trillion asset class. Most of the major asset classes around the world, equities, bonds, real estate, are between 150 trillion and 350 trillion. So I think it goes to $200 trillion in the next 10 years. So that's a 100x for an asset class. Also in today's show, here's why Bitcoin will not go to $100,000 this year, according to Crypto Analyst Nicholas Merten. That's right. He says there is no way we're going to 100,000 or even 150,000 in quarter 4 of this year or quarter 1 of next year. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say it because I think a lot of the analysts are getting this wrong. Merten believes Bitcoin will ultimately finish its bull market cycle at $200,000 a coin, but that it will drag into late 2022 as opposed to a sharp blow off top in the next few months. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and many of the alts are currently pumping and in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. As you can see, we just surpassed 50,000 subs. The next major target is 100,000 subs. And if you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And today's show is brought to you by Shoryu Inu, the NFT trading card game. Yes, please, check it out. Pretty sweet, right? Now check this out. Shoryu Inu just released their dApp, which is currently in phase 1. And currently, people can mint NFT card packs that will be openable in phase 2 of the Shoryu Inu roadmap. Now I also like to point this out. They do have their white paper. I'm going to include all these resources in the show notes below the video, as well as their Telegram with 9,800 plus members. And this is their listing on CoinMarketCap. Now I also like to point out, now obviously do your own research. This is not investment advice. This is a paid sponsorship. However, I do think this project looks pretty cool and I'm looking forward to playing. So go ahead and check it out. Click the link in the description right down below and let's go mint some NFTs. Shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, crypto fam? Holla at your boy in the live chat. Now, late last night, Bitcoin had a nice candle. As you can see here, I wrote Bitcoin 66K. Check the ultimate inflation hedge. And you can see this large green candle, which went up almost $2,000, surpassing $66,000 for a very nice weekly close. Now, for the top 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week, for those concerned about what would happen at Sunday's weekly close, there was no need because Bitcoin obviously did not disappoint. Now, gains of $1,000 came quite literally at the final hour, characteristic of behavior from recent weeks. And as on-chain analyst William Clemente shares here, they saved the weekly close. That's right, Bitcoin thus put in a weekly close above a multi-month trend, previously held to as an important test of overall strength. And for popular crypto analyst Tech Dev, the close was notable for another reason, coming above the 1.618 Fibonacci level, and thereby copying action that acted as a springboard during both the 2013 and 2017 bull runs. As he shares here on Crypto Twitter, Bitcoin just opened and closed the week above the log 1.618. That's been significant in the past. And as he shares in this chart, comparing 2013 with the bull run of 2017 and that of this year in 2021, if history is to repeat, that can take us to $220,000 per BTC. And he also tweeted here, you ready for what's coming? I personally am not betting on this time being different for Bitcoin. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analyst. Now, others argued that Sunday's Taproot soft fork deployment has not yet been fully appreciated. As noted, major upgrades have also been following by significant price run-ups, as was the case with Segregated Witness in 2017. And as Charles Edwards of Capriole Investment shares here, the market has not priced in the massive Bitcoin taproot upgrade. That's right. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week in the Bitcoin market is the $135,000 December close is still in play, according to Plan B's worst case scenario. Having correctly guessed Bitcoin's monthly close exactly for almost 3 months in a row, Plan B now says that $98,000 by December 1st and $135,000 by January 1st, 2022 are still achievable goals, as he shares here on Crypto Twitter. $98,000 November and $135,000 December prediction still in play. And Crypto Analyst Miles Creative responded, yes sir, $450,000 to $520,000 December 24th to the 25th still in play. Thank you for your work. Now that would be a very extra Merry Christmas, just saying. Now also zooming out further, Plan B stock to flow models are joined by other researchers showing just how cyclical Bitcoin has really been ever since before 2013, as Jordan Lindsay points out right here on Crypto Twitter. Regardless of how you feel, Bitcoin has respected these trend lines for 9 years. Once it breaks the center line, it's going to really move upwards. Now one prediction from last week said that while Bitcoin would hit a giant $250,000 per Bitcoin in January, it would ultimately disprove one of the stock to flow models for good. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week in the Bitcoin market, bull market distribution has begun. That's right. Could it be the beginning of the end for this cycle's Bitcoin bull market? Looking at what long-term hodlers are doing, it appears that Bitcoin has entered its final but most volatile bullish chapter. Data from on-chain analytics firm Glassnode, highlighted by analyst William Clemente, shout out to Will, shows that long-term hodler investors have stopped net accumulating and are now divesting themselves of coins. As he shares here on Crypto Twitter, long-term hodlers buy Bitcoin into weakness and sell into strength. We have just gotten our first red prints on long-term hodler net position change in over 6 months, showing bull market distribution has begun. And last time in Q4 2020, long-term hodlers began selling in advance of Bitcoin's dramatic price run-up, with distribution hitting a peak and then declining before the 64,900 all-time high materialized. Now for the next factor to keep your eyes out on this week, hash rate returns to all-time highs. And as we all know, the Bitcoin price follows the hash rate. After a rapid but nonetheless long recovery from its crash 5 months ago, the core network fundamental is now measuring what it did late April to early May. And according to data from live monitoring resource Mining Pool Stats, excluding spikes and troughs in raw data, the hash rate is around 168 exahashes per second. And in this chart, it shows the extent of progress since miners began relocating en masse away from China. And now for the fifth and final factor to keep your eyes out on this week in the Bitcoin market, and that's signs of froth. That's right, away from Bitcoin, traditional markets are beginning to unnerve, and not just investors. In a conference last week, Mr. Rajan, former governor of the Reserve Bank of India, sounded the alarm over excessive growth in stocks. And quoting him here, there are obvious signs of froth, he said, about the Nomura Wolf basket of popular U.S. equities, quoted by the Financial Times among other outlets. Everything seems crazy. There are bubbles here, bubbles there, everywhere. The Financial Times meanwhile quoted Eric Knutson, Chief Investment Officer of investment manager Neuberger Berman, as saying, it's become a cliche, but we really are in uncharted waters, very unusual territory. So there you have it. And before I break down our next story of the day, VanEck Bitcoin Futures ETF to launch on the CBOE on November 16th. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin and many of the alts are currently pumping, with Bitcoin up almost 2% for the day, trading above $65,700. We have Ether up about 2.5%, trading above $4,700. Solana up almost 4%, trading at $245. Polkadot up 1.3%, trading at $47. Cardano up almost 1%, trading at $2.06. And XRP up 1%, trading at $1.20. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. VanEck, one of the first United States-based asset managers to file for a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, is finally launching its Bitcoin Futures ETF, according to an official notice by the Chicago Board Options Exchange, better known as the CBOE. VanEck's Bitcoin Strategy ETF will start trading on the CBOE under the ticker symbol XBTF. On Tuesday, VanEck's new ETF is joining the growing number of Bitcoin futures-based ETFs launched in the United States, including the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, which became the first Bitcoin futures ETF to start trading on the New York Stock Exchange on October 19th. And within its first 2 days, it had over $1 billion in volumes, breaking many records of the past, including gold ETFs. Now, Valkyrie's Bitcoin Strategy ETF also started trading on the NASDAQ under the BTF ticker in late October, and initially it was listed as BTFD by that freaking dip. Now, CBOE's listing of XBTF comes just a couple of days after the SEC officially rejected VanEck's spot Bitcoin ETF application. Interesting, right? The SEC argued that the proposed rule changed the list. The ETF did not meet standards to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices to protect investors and public interest. And as we all know, the SEC's main concern is definitely not protecting investor interest. As Preston Pish points out, the SEC is making decisions on the Bitcoin spot ETF, which benefits hedge funds and Wall Street at the expense of retail investors. Gary Gensler and Hester Pierce, isn't this the opposite of what you're chartered to do? We want answers. Your decisions are increasing distrust. That's right. Now, launched back in 1955, VanEck is a U.S. asset manager specializing in thematic and goal-based ETFs and mutual funds. VanEck is known in the crypto community as one of the first U.S. firms to ever file for a Bitcoin futures ETF. The firm had submitted multiple Bitcoin ETF filings with the SEC since then, but has only managed to get its futures ETF approved to date. Now, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler previously hinted that the SEC would be more open to accepting ETFs based on cryptocurrency futures rather than through direct exposure, which gives them room to manipulate and do what they do best. However, some companies such as Bitwise Asset Management remain bullish on a potential pure Bitcoin ETF, with the firm even deciding to drop its futures ETF filing last week, quoting them here. Ultimately, what many investors want is a spot Bitcoin ETF. We think that's possible, so Bitwise will continue to pursue that goal, and we will look for other ways to help investors get access to the incredible opportunities in crypto, Bitwise Chief Investment Officer Matt Hogan said. So there you have it. When do you think a Bitcoin spot ETF is likely to be approved? Let me know in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, macro guru Raoul Pal predicts total value of crypto markets will surge 100x amid lightning speed adoption, as well as here's why Bitcoin will not go to 100,000 this year, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merten. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just under $2.9 trillion, with about 91 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance is 43.2%, with the Ether dominance at 19.5%. Now, checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have WaxP leading the pack, up a whopping almost 30%, trading at 82 cents. Crypto.com coin, which is CRO, up almost 19%, trading at 48.5 cents. And Anchor, up 18%, trading at 14.6 cents. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on during Q4 of this bull run? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now, checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 72 out of 100 in greed. Yesterday was a 74, last week a 75, and last month a 78 in extreme greed. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Macro guru and Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal says the crypto market could be on the verge of exponential growth as the space sees lightning fast adoption. In a new interview on RT Networks Going Underground, Pal says that the adoption of crypto is happening at a faster rate than any other previous technology. Quoting him here, crypto currently has 150 million users. The adoption rate is 113% a year. It's basically twice as fast as the fastest adoption of any technology in all recorded history. So it's happening at lightning pace. Everybody is coming into the space. The institutions, the sovereign wealth funds, retail investors from ETFs, nation states, everybody. And commenting on regulatory concerns, the former Goldman Sachs executive says the sheer size and decentralized nature of the space will ultimately make it near impossible for regulatory bodies to fully control. Quoting him again here, this something is unique. This is a distributed network of owners around the world from 150 million people that will soon be a billion people. So their ability to control it is almost zero. It's a fascinating space. It is really anti-establishment at its core and creates a new world based around a kind of distributed ownership and proven ownership of assets that people can't mess around with. And based on the size of traditional financial markets, Powell predicts that the crypto markets will grow to a total value of $200 trillion in the next decade. And quoting him again here, right now it's a $2.5 trillion asset class. Most of the major asset classes around the world, equities, bonds, real estate, are between 150 trillion and 350 trillion. So I think it goes to $200 trillion in the next 10 years. So that's a 100x for an asset class. Mankind has never seen that before. So it's an opportunity for everybody, because everybody can own 10% of their asset in this. Everybody, the richest and the poorest. So there you have it. And to watch this entire video entitled Mass Scale Adoption of Cryptocurrency with Raoul Pal, check the show notes below the video in the description. Now, hypothetically, if Bitcoin was to 100x in value from 65,000, the current price, that would put each Bitcoin valued at $6.5 million per BTC. Now let's check out some recent tweets from Raoul Pal that got a lot of controversy. For the Bitcoin maxis, when ETH launched, it was at 0.0007 BTC. 6 years later, it's at 0.07. That is 100x versus Bitcoin over the period. You called it an ish coin. The whole prefer argument of utility value goes to zero has been proven wrong due to network effect Facts matter. And he continues, ETH and BTC aren't the same thing, and that is fine. Some other token will outperform ETH probably over time too. That is cool too. The entire space is going up 100x from here. You can choose where you want to be on the risk curve, but it's not even clear ETH is more risky now. And before I break down our final story of the day, here's why Bitcoin will not go to $100,000 this year, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merten. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 990 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to help me get to 100,000 subs. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Crypto analyst Nicholas Merten says that while he's bullish on the king of all crypto, predictions of Bitcoin going to six figures this year are likely overly optimistic. In a new strategy session, Merten says that Bitcoin's relative tame reaction to the launch of Bitcoin futures-based ETFs could be a telltale sign that it will take much more to move the King crypto's price than previously expected. Quoting him here, "There is no way we are going to $100,000 or $150,000 in quarter four of this year or quarter one of next year. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say it because I think a lot of the analysts are getting this wrong. The reason why is because if a futures Bitcoin ETF, one of the biggest catalysts we've been looking for a long period of time, did not absolutely drive Bitcoin towards six figures or kick off the rally at new all-time highs, I don't know what else is going to be around the corner. What macro event could really drive institutions towards bringing Bitcoin to becoming a multi-trillion-dollar asset class?" Merten believes that Bitcoin will ultimately finish its bull market cycle at $200,000 per coin, but it will drag into late 2022 as opposed to a sharp blow off top in the next few months. Quoting him here, "If we're talking about the perspective of going to $3 or $4 trillion market cap around that $150,000 to $200,000 range, it's going to take a lot of liquidity and along with that as well some time to get there, and that's why we have our expectation of a cycle top coming in November of 2022, far out than probably 90 to 95% of market projections." So there you have it. Do you agree with Nicholas Merten? We'll see a cycle peak for Bitcoin November of 2022, or do you agree more with plan B of the stock to flow model? Also like to point out, as he shares here, some people think November close 98,000 is too big a jump. It is plus 60% from the current level. Yes, that is a big jump, but Bitcoin did this many times before. As he shares here, 7 times Bitcoin jumped over 60% and as high as 451% back in November of 2013. And as he shares in this poll, do you think Bitcoin will reach 500,000, 288,000 stock to flow X model, 100,000 stock to flow model, or will Bitcoin stay below 100,000 by Christmas 2021? And 242,000 people voted, with 39.8% saying 100,000. We had 31.4% say 288,000, which is stock to flow X, the cross asset model. 23.8% say Bitcoin stay below 100,000, and 5%, the unpopular opinion, says $500,000 per BTC. Also like to point out that Plan B's best case scenario for December close is $450,000 per Bitcoin. But holla at your boy and let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bull market distribution has begun. I shared with you the 5 things to watch out for in the Bitcoin market this week. We also discussed, even though the VanEck Bitcoin Spot ETF has got denied by the SEC, their Bitcoin futures ETF is officially set to launch on the CBOE tomorrow, November 16th. Also in today's show, we discussed macro guru Raoul Pal predicts a total value of crypto market surging 100x amid lightning speed adoption, as well as here's why Bitcoin will not go to $100,000 this year, according to crypto analyst Nicholas Merten, who predicts a $200,000 Bitcoin price cycle top November of 2022. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. I appreciate all the super chat contributions coming from Helen, Tough Cookie, Bring Facts, and No Money G. Much love, my fam. And now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. Katie Lux wrote, "Hey JV, uber bullish, let's freaking go. $1 million BTC and Taproot upgrade. Thanks for the most fantabulous show in the crypto sphere. 50,000 subs is freaking awesome, JV. Much love. Love hearing that, Katie. Huge day today. Will go down in Bitcoin history. Thanks so much for your continued support. And you're pretty freaking awesome yourself." And our next feature comment of the day comes from Michael Consul, who wrote, "Congrats on 50,000 subs. Much respect from a daily listener. 100,000 subs and 100,000 BTC is just around the corner. Thank you for your passion, effort, and education. Cheers, fam, to 100,000 subs along with $100,000 Bitcoin price. Send it. Now for our third and final feature comment of the day, comes from True Sitch, who wrote, "Hey JV, congrats on 50,000 subs. How about a vacation at 1,000 videos? Thanks for keeping us all up to date on the latest crypto news. Cheers. Cheers, fam. I appreciate your support. And yeah, sounds good to me. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below." Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. That's right, Bitcoin is the glitch in the matrix. And if you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell and to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.